standing next to the two familiar figures, the sleazy Calcraft, who was holding the lantern, and the elegant Mrs. Minerva Koloman, her pale face like silver underneath her crimson hood. The priest raised his eyebrows when he saw Milly, and tilted his head slightly backward. Of course he did. Everyone reacted like that when they realized Milly was, in fact, a girl. Though she was inured to it, tonight the gesture made her falter. "It's all right, child," said the lady. "Come closer." So she did. But Milly consciously planted herself behind a jutting gravestone, as if the moss-covered granite, which hardly reached her knees, could act as her battlement. "So, you are Milly," said the priest. His voice was soft and friendly, but Milly hated everything about him. His kind smile, his carefully groomed hair, the relaxed fingers interlaced before his chest, the so familiar colour of his eyes. "How many lasses with bastards were you waiting for? Milly!" "It's fine, Minerva," said the clergyman, raising an appeasing hand. "I wasn't expecting this to be easy on her. May I see the child, Milly?" She recoiled out of instinct, clutching the little bundle closer to her. Calcraft sniggered, the lantern shaking in his hand and sending fleeting shadows all across the island. Mrs. Koloman approached. She was slender and almost a full foot shorter than Milly, but she shepherded her young maid around the tombs with no problem. "Let us see his pretty face," Mrs. Koloman said when they were close to the priest. She pulled back the edge of the blanket with great care, and they all envied the baby's placid, careless sleep. Mrs. Koloman sighed, looking at the surrounding graves. "It's sad that you last see him here in the land of the dead." "On the contrary," said the priest, "a child is life renewed." He stretched out his arms to receive the boy, but Milly took a decisive step back. "No!" she cried, as if she'd been asked to toss the baby into the fire. "What do you—" "I'm keeping him, you hear me?" Calcraft sniggered again, but Mr. Daly slapped him hard on the face. "Show some respect, you idiot!" Mrs. Koloman reached for Milly's arm, but the girl pulled away. "Milly, you know it cannot be." "Who says so?" she barked back, even though she knew it was useless to protest. Mrs. Koloman raised a hand and managed to seize Milly by the shoulder. "He will be well cared for, educated. He'll want for nothing. It will be the best for him. Think of the alternative." Milly felt the streams of tears rolling down her cheeks and heard herself sob. It was an awful noise. It sounded like someone else. "Here," said the priest, visibly intimidated. He warily slid his hand underneath the baby. Milly felt the weight being lifted from her arms, and again tried to step back, but Mrs. Koloman held her in place with unexpected strength. "Milly, let him go." The girl stooped to kiss her baby's forehead, but just as her lips were about to touch him, she decided not to. She could not have surrendered him otherwise. It felt as though they were tearing off a part of her body. Nothing had ever hurt like that, not even when she was a young girl and the other children had thrown rotten things at her and called her names. She would have gone through all that 100 times if it meant she could keep the boy. "Love is hard, my child," Mrs. Koloman whispered, patting her on the back, about to burst into tears herself. The priest rocked the baby with confident arms, and the way he tucked the blanket around the boy showed he'd probably taken care of dozens of orphans. He looked up. "What shall we call him?" The question took the edge off Milly's distress. She sniffed, realizing she